All right, boys, Diablo 4 patch 1.1.1, and then the next day they rolled out like a secret hotfix for the Wrathful Malignant Hearts, boosting that. So look, we're gonna go over this real quick. I'm gonna list the pros and cons, at least from what I've seen, how I feel about it. Overall, this patch is a W, as everybody's saying, the W, whatever. It's good. Look, the game has its problems. We all know, all right? I'm obsessed with like getting to 100 and seeing what the max damage is I can do. The girlfriend's like, how do you keep playing that game every day? Blah, 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 blah. Look, everybody feels how they feel about the game. Great, awesome. Anyway, pros, here we go. Monster density, okay? Hell Tides. Easier to get to the 250. It should go back to 175 cinders, but guess what? It's 250. Some zones don't feel as good as other zones. The zone that I just did not feel as good as the zone I did yesterday. So I'm sure it varies, but it makes Hell Tides a little better. The monster density in the Nightmare dungeons is insane. Like, XP farms are crazy right now. It makes Diablo feel like Diablo again. You can get killed by a ton more stuff. Now, I do have an issue with the monster density, okay? Remember when they nerfed our cooldowns and they made all our cooldowns take longer? Which, if anything, that just should have never happened, okay? So my build right now, I'm trying to roll cooldown reduction on my helm, and I have it on my amulet. If I roll totem and one-handed on my druid, I can get another 20% cooldown reduction, but I lose so much damage. So, with that being said, when I don't proc, and you have all these monsters running around the dungeon, I can cast Landslide, but my AoEs, my ultimates, I think even with what I have now, it's like 44 seconds. And like I have a passive which can like knock it down by 2 seconds at a time, but you're standing around waiting. And with all these monsters now, the cooldown reduction has got to come back at least to where it used to be before they nerfed it. That's my opinion. Some builds, you get it back so fast when you're attacking, so that's not a problem. But my build, I'm kind of suffering a little bit with that. The bosses drop way more loot now. I just did a nightmare, and he dropped 3 things. I did like a couple last night. The boss dropped like 9 items. It was pretty wild. I did a Legion event. I didn't notice anything different. So it is what it is. Obviously, the XP gain is higher. I'm sure you've seen videos of people doing like XP farms right now. So the Malignant Hearts that they... So it was, if you use the Uncertain Heart, it was a 2% chance to get a Wrathful. If you use the Uncertain Invoker, 3% chance to get it, which I don't know who designed that, who thought that was a good idea, but now they made it 10% on the Uncertain Heart and 15% drop on the Invoker, and I had enough Ichor for 8. And on the last one, I got the Wrathful, so I was able to finish my challenge for the seasonal pass. So that was cool. But now, also, I think just the Malignant Hearts, the Wrathful just drops more often now. The Invoker can drop from Elites, which I just saw in a dungeon. So that was cool. So you'll be able to actually farm that now. And because before, like, I think I've only seen 2 Barbers, and I farmed, like, I don't know, 70 tunnels. Which is crazy, because like if I get a new amulet and that's where I have my Barber, I want to replace it. Well, it was like, well, you kind of shit out of luck. So, and also the horse for controller players, they got the zoomies now. You just fly around the map. It's crazy. Let's get into the cons real quick. Okay, the cons. Priority affixes are removed. So before there was like certain stats per gear that I don't have the list. I don't remember off the top of my head. You can go to Reddit. It's posted all over the place. Before it was kind of like always certain stats were kind of like would roll more, were more like guaranteed. Now it's like everything together, so you're spending more money trying to re-roll, and if you want like one of those priority stats, well, it's just in with everything now, and you're going to spend more money re-rolling. And correct me if I'm wrong, didn't they say in one of the campfire chats or somewhere that they were reducing the re-rolling costs for the affixes? Wasn't that a thing? Like I feel like I remember that. And everything seems the same. Like it's still 4 mil, 6 mil, 5 mil for me to roll some of my stuff, and I'm just like, oh my god, like it's too much. Especially with the priority affixes removed, you're gonna spend way more gold now, and it's just they need to bring that down. So yeah, the re-rolling is just too much, man. So I talked about the cooldown reduction. That's in the cons. That's bring it back to where it was at least. The lag seems worse, at least for me. Certain parts kind of seem worse. I was lagging a lot today. I know a lot of people on Reddit were talking about it yesterday. Come on, get it together. It's been an issue for months. So I didn't notice that when I was doing Helltide events before, just running around trying to get the obols so I can spam some gear. I was getting Ichor drops, brutal, vicious, whatever the other one is. I was doing Helltide just now. I was not getting any at all. So the fact that they removed the Ichor drops from the Helltide events is kind of shitty. It wasn't in the patch notes. I don't know why they would do that. So I guess now the only way you're really getting it is in the Malignant Tunnels. I don't remember if I was getting it in the Nightmare, but I mean, me going to Helltide to get obols and Ichor was great. And now it's just, well, you're just back to obols. I don't know if that was just what happened to me just now, but I noticed it. It sucks. Stop it. I don't know why they would change that. And then last on the cons, the boss HP is supposed to scale now. It's supposed to be like, you know, whatever tiers, however high you go, up to like 100 to 150% doubled. I'm still basically 1 and 2 shotting bosses. They fixed the Barber Heart where like it doesn't, like when you go to a Legion event, I always get annoyed because like, you know, whatever. Now it just seems to be you on there. They fixed that. I feel like I do more damage sometimes, like more than I used to, but the boss HP just doesn't seem doubled in my opinion. And I think I saw a video where somebody said they don't really see it as well, and then I feel like other people are saying they see it. I don't see it. But anyway, look, pros and cons. I wanted to give a quick overview of how I feel about the patch. Overall, I think it's a win. I think the monster density is probably the best. It just feels like Diablo again, and now the game needs a lot of work. The season is just, it's better now that you can really farm for the Wrathful Hearts, all that stuff. But anyway, boys, you know the drill. Subscribe, come back, and I'll see you on the next one.